to start with, who is the head of PDOIS?
PDOIS is different from other political parties in the sense that you are asking me the question, who is the head? Everybody is a head in PDOIS, but I'm the chairperson of PDOIS.
What is the role of Halifa Sallah in PDOIS?
He's Secretary General of the party.
What makes these two parties different? What makes PDOIS different from other political parties in this country? A party without a head.
I say I'm the chairperson of the party.
I understand.
Yes, so.
That's what I'm saying. What makes it different from other political parties?
Well, it's different from the political party, but from your conception, your question is, what your question is implying is what I know.
Yes.
You think of somebody who is the father of the party, who is the founder of the party, who is the big all of the party. We don't have that.
Why do you lack that in your party?
Because an organization does not belong to anybody. It belongs to whoever subscribes to its fundamental principles. And anybody who works for it is a leader. Leadership is about nothing other than somebody who is committed to the cause of a particular organization. Somebody who walks around the clock without being told what to do. You know? It's somebody who does not direct, who, you go and do this, you go and do that. We don't have that in PDOIS. People work because they belong to the party. Nobody brought them. They brought themselves there because of what they think they can do to promote the cause of the party. So that makes it fundamentally different from that. Nobody directs anybody in PDOIS.
Now, when will PDOIS organize a Congress? Because the IEC just said, come December, if any party did not hold Congress.
The legal requirement is that all parties must hold.
So when will you organize a Congress?
Well, in December. I don't know exactly. We have not fixed the date yet, but it will be in December.
There is this among many people that since the inception or since the foundation of the PDOIS, it was led by only you and Halifa Sallah, and the young ones have not been given the opportunity. When will you and Halifa Sallah give chance to those competent PDOIS to lead that party?
You see, this is the question I was answering. I have already answered your question. You know, I'm in the chairmanship does not mean that I am like the others, the way you see other leaders. And who tells you that there are no young people in PDOIS?
No, I'm not saying there's no young, but for the past 30 years, it is you and Halifa who have been leading the party. We have not seen any young person. That's what I'm saying. When will you see a new person different from you and Halifa Sallah to be a presidential candidate?
You want to tell me, in all honesty, you have not seen any other person in PDOIS in that role who is, for me, you know, come back to what I told you from the beginning. Swabi is what?
Swabi is there, Osman Sila is there. But I mean, when I know them as they contested on the parliamentary. For WULI is you from WULI West, and you
contested even before he became an MP.
Yes, but he never contested as a presidential candidate for Doi.
Well, yes, but you know, I have never chosen myself to be a president. In fact, I have never even chosen myself to be an MP. I'm always chosen by the people of WULI. And presidential candidate, I have never chosen myself. It's always the people and the party who choose. So it's not Halifa or Sidia who determines who becomes what in PDOIS. This is what I want you to understand.
I understand.
And if that is the case, if it is not Halifa, it is not Sidia who determines, those who determine are the people who should ask the question. You should pose the question.
So if those people for the past 30
years... If, for example, we organize our Congress, for example, in December, and people decide that Halifa is not going to be the Secretary General anymore, Sidia is not going to be the chairperson anymore, who can stop them from doing that?
Nobody.
Well, that is it.
But now, if they decide and said, we want the two of you together, you continue as chairman and he continue as secretary general, are you
Let us wait for that situation when it comes. I don't want to speculate.
You don't want to speculate. Okay. Another thing has to do with when Barrow took over from the office, the ministerial positions. Why did you people refuse to accept any
Who told you that Barrow offered Halifa a ministerial position? You see, this is the problem. But they don't even know whether Barrow has ever offered a ministerial position. Barrow has never, ever. He has not even ever dreamt of giving Halifa a ministerial position.
How about you?
No, let's finish one thing at
Okay,
a time.
all right.
Because Khalifa has been central. Yes, he wanted to make him a vice president, he wanted to make him this minister. It's all rubbish. But he has never offered him any position other than an advisor. He has never, and he has never wanted him in no position other than the advisory position. And that's what he offered him. So this question was asked, answered.
But this is my first time to have an opportunity to ask you.
You should. I would have preferred you to. There are more serious issues at stake now, which are current.
What is your assessment of Barrow's government? He has been in power nearly 2 years now.
Well, in the first place, Barrow's government is supposed to have been a coalition government run by the coalition. Ministers selected by Barrow in collaboration with a particular committee that was selected by the coalition. That has never taken place. So Barrow chose his ministers, and he has been firing some, taking orders, like what we used to see before. And the fundamental expectation of the coalition is not just for Yahya to go. The fundamental objective is not to be new wine in old bottles. I have stated this over and over in the National Assembly, but it appears that we are new wines in old bottles. So my assessment of the government is that so far they have failed to meet the needs and aspirations of the people. The change they sought, the change they were expecting, that change is still to come.
What do you think the government needs to do to ensuring that we have that change in this country?
Well, you know, the coalition is no longer, the government is no longer a coalition government. And that is why it is difficult for me to say, because if it were a coalition government, I would answer straight away your question. But this is not a coalition government, it's a government by Barrow. And if they are mindful of their commitments to the people and what they say, and his manifesto, the fundamental expectations of the people are yet to be met.
No.
Because the unemployment of the youth still continues. Wastage of funds still continues. You know, the Gambia continues to be as indebted as ever before. And the plight of the farmers still the same. The plight of the youth still the same. They will tell you, yes, Europe has sent us 14 million. It's about 14 million euros to take care of the returnees. What about those who are not returnees? The youth that are in this country, are they not to be taken care of? But when you ask them, they talk about the returnees. Returnees found some Gambian youth here. And some even are graduates. Yeah. Some highly trained people. So they are here.
Now let me ask you, were you offered a ministerial position?
You see, you are coming back.
Oh, of course, I have to ask you. I have to ask you. You know that. But a very simple answer.
Let me answer your question in this way.
Okay, feel free.
We were a coalition. And the fundamental objective of the coalition is to do better than what Jammeh was doing. Me, nobody tells me this is what you want, I want you to do. I choose what I want to do in a framework like that. Because I know what I am good at best. You don't have to tell me, you don't have to tie my hands by giving me a simple thing there, give me a ministerial position with a portfolio. You are tying my hands. I've been in this situation for more than 30 years. I know every sector in this government. Every sector I can handle any sector in this government. So if you just put me in one sector, and it is transitional, and the objective is to lay solid foundations, then honest as I am to myself, I will do exactly what I think is best I will do to help that foundation to be laid. That's why I chose to go to Parliament. Nobody chose that for me. I chose to go to Parliament.
But just like get things cleared, where you offered? That's a simple answer will do. Yes or no?
Well, I can say yes, and I can say no. Supposing you tell me, Sidia, I want to be my Minister of Foreign Affairs. And the next day I come, you tell me, somebody said I must make him Minister of Foreign Affairs. Have you offered me anything?
I'm asking you.
I'm answering your question.
Yes, yes.
Have you really offered me? You said, Sidia, I want to make you Minister of Foreign Affairs. You've not said, you are my Minister of Foreign Affairs. I would want to make you my Minister of Foreign Affairs. And the next day I come, you say, somebody said I must make you Minister of Foreign Affairs. Have you offered me a ministerial position?
No, so
okay.
To get things clear, Barrow wanted to make you foreign minister, but
I'm just giving that as an example. He's giving me many things.
Okay. So, okay, tell me the positions Barrow gave you since before the parliamentary election, before you go to the...
No. Before parliamentary...
I know you were... what role did he offer you?
Let me tell you something what I told Barrow in the during campaign. Because sometimes we discuss. I say, you are talking about when we win. I would make you Minister of Education. In fact, basic education and higher education, I put them together. You will be very good at Minister of Foreign Affairs. My answer was, don't bother much about me. I know what we are going into. And we need to deal with it adequately and efficiently. So I don't want my hands to be tied.
When you say you don't want your hands to be tied, what exactly do you mean?
If you make me Minister of Education, you are tying my hands. That means you are giving me a portfolio Minister of Basic and Secondary Education. You know, so I'm just there.
Yes.
When I can also deal with higher education. When I can deal with agriculture.
Okay.
When I can deal with infrastructure and so on. So I want to be in a position where you say, agriculture, I have something to say, I have something to propose, and I even have power to force you to do certain things. That's the National Assembly.
Now, there is this belief among many people that your PDOI's ideology has been misunderstood by many people. Is that the case? That you have been talking, you have been in politics for over 30 years, but still people don't understand your message.
That also is a fallacy.
Okay.
Because we will not talk about PDOIs anywhere in this country where they will not tell you, I'm not part of them, but what they are saying is what is true. That is generally what everybody tells me. An elderly person told me, and unfortunately he has passed away. He was about 80 when he told me, what you are saying is what is correct. I said, Alaj, I'm not saying join me, but why can't you join that cause? He said, no. If I do, I will not survive.
Why will he not survive?
Because, the implication is that you have to be a liar, you have to support lying, you have to show what is bad for one to survive in this country, under the former regime. So that's it. And he was not the first. The other one is still surviving, but he's old. And the other one is a religious person, highly placed religious person. What he said is even worse. I wouldn't say that.
Okay. Many people also said it's because of Jawara that damaged PDOIs.
Okay,
let me finish. According to what just listen to me. Yes. Okay. Oh, you call it a rubbish?
Of course it is.
According to Jawara was the one who damaged because he told Gambian people that your ideology is like Mola Musutela Musutela Fentela Fenti. That's what you people do.
Then I should not have won. I should not have won.
Answer my question before you...
No, I'm answering your question. Then I should not have won.
Which election? You mean the recent...
All the elections are contested as an MP.
But that is at parliamentary level.
Yes,
how about at the presidential level?
No, but is that not a win? Presidential level, the same. We have never, and I will repeat, we have never lost any election in this country. Tell me why.
Why?
The requirement of the law is that before you can contest elections as a political, you must have a manifesto. Nobody has ever disagreed with our manifesto in this country. Everybody supports our manifesto in what they say. So that is why that's our winning. If you say your manifesto is what is good for this country, and then you vote somewhere else, it is you who are losing. Because you have already declared what is right, and you decided to do the opposite of what that is.
So for you, if winning the presidential election doesn't
It's
bother
not
you,
important.
it's not important.
It's not important. Well, you know what is important in politics?
Yes.
It's what you stand for if it is supported by people. And if you go to meetings, they call for us. The only party people say, come and talk. You know, when we had our first meeting in WULI,
Yes.
the beginning of the party, you know, if you know, my village is part of a cluster of villages. They are very close. Sometimes if you are not a citizen, you wouldn't know where one ends, where the other begins. You know, our first meeting in my village, Sutukondi, the next day, one of the alcalos in the...
Sutukoba or Sutukondi?
Sutukondi is also my village.
But you are born in Sutukoba.
It doesn't matter, but Sutukondi was established by my fathers.
Okay.
So I'm the alcalo if I'm not an MP. And if I'm there, those who are alcalos don't talk, I the one, wherever. The alcalo is, Sidia is the one who is called to talk. So that's misinformation. Sutukondi came from Sutukoba.
Okay.
Sutukoba, we cannot be alcalos there.
Why?
Because we are not the founders of the village. Traditionally, those who found a village are the alcalos. Right. Sutukondi was founded by Jattas, my fathers. And that is why we are the alcalos there. So Sutukondi came from Sutukoba to settle in. So it is the same. Sutukondi and Sutukoba are the same for me.
Good to know that.
Yeah, that's the reality.
Yeah.
And you can ask anybody.
I will ask anybody. Now, if there is an opportunity for another coalition in future, will you change your position on such issues and accept a ministerial position? And that is if the future coalition, that's what we just discussed now. Or is the same thing like what you believe in, that your place is National Assembly?
I'm not anticipating, and I don't want to speculate. What you are asking is very speculative, and I, for one, am not anticipating, and I'm not looking forward to any coalition.
You are not looking. Okay, now
I'm not looking forward to any coalition.
If there is another coalition, will you join or will you not join? PDOIS.
That's speculatory.
No. I'm saying in future, will you or will you not?
Let's wait until the time comes.
You seem to be economical with words here.
No, I'm not. I don't want to say anything. You go and exploit it out of proportion.
No, that nothing will be blown out of proportion.
No, I am saying that you are speculating.
I'm asking.
And there is not even a talk of.
Now let's talk about the 3 years and 5 years. This has been a debate. Do you want Barrow to go for 3 years or for 5 years?
It's not Sidia wanting Barrow to go.
What is your opinion on that?
I have no opinion, but let me you put your question properly.
Of course,
Barrow was elected through the medium of a coalition.
Yes.
Barrow, to stand as a candidate, had to resign legally from his party.
I understand that.
To become an independent candidate as he is. And Barrow, belonging to such a group, such an organization, had a program. We had an agreement. We discussed how long would it take us to create a level ground field for political party, multi-party contest. We all agreed 3 years. It's not Barrow, because he was one of the contestants. There were 4, 5. So any one of them said, if I win, I will do only 2 years.
3 years.
No, he said.
Okay, he said, okay.
I'm telling you what
okay, I'm
somebody
listening.
said. 3 years is the agreement that we signed. But this person said, if I win the election, I will serve only 2 years. So the term signed is 3 years. But it is a gentleman's agreement. And we are not at all ignorant of the Constitution. you people, I think Gambian people should say that to anybody other than we. Because I would say, pound my chest, that we, as a political party, were the first in this country to make constitution an issue in politics. So we know. And my colleague, during the impasse, was the one who stood in this country and said, the man's term has still not expired. But if it expires on the 19th and does not give up, he'll be a rebel. He said that. Not a lawyer, not anybody, but he was the one who said that. So we know what we are doing. And we also know that even though the Constitution says term for president is 5 years, it also provides president can resign anytime. Even if I'm elected tomorrow, I can resign. But it says, if you resign in 90 days, that should be an election. It is on the basis of all that we agreed that it was possible for somebody to serve for 3 years, resign, and then we continue.